All right, gentlemen, synchronize. Get ready in 3, 2, 1.
What the?
Go!
I'm a contract killer. That's the only thing that I'm good at.
This is a bonus hit.
Without a doubt. 10,000 to whoever hits the big man.
Non-dairy creamer?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about the mess.
Don't get paid!
Thank you, sir.
This is going to be the right time to tell them that we're engaged.
You seem like a nice enough German-Irish fella. Put. You're gonna put your father in an early grave.
Hit me.
Got a little present for you.
Oh, who is it?
Sammy tonight. I diced him up a little bit.
Did you clean him?
Oh, little man.
Ew. He's kind of cute. Who is that?
You sure you don't want to go on this little caper we got planned for tomorrow?
This is the girl?
No, it's your mammy.
This is a kidnapping, right?
That's right.
So what's up with you guys? You playing tribute to the Spice Boys or something?
Hey, boss, what's going on?
There has been an unauthorized kidnapping. The kidnappee happens to be my goddaughter.
What? Is that true?
The truth? Yeah, I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Shut up.
There's a hit squad coming for your ass right now. Get him. Get him! He's after all of us.
Knuckle up. Let's work.
From the team that brought you Broken Arrow and Face Off.
And welcome everyone to Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate. And this week's episode is...
The Big Hit.
Marcus, there comes a time in your life, and you're lucky if it ever happens, but there comes a time in your life when you see a movie, and it's one of those movies that doesn't get old. You finish watching it, you rewind it, you start it again.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption comes to mind. I'm sure the generation before us felt that way about Gone with the Wind. Wizard of Oz, Citizen Kane even. You bring home this magic, or you go see it in the theaters and you don't want it to end. You want it to start over. You want those feelings to come back. I remember feeling that way about Rocky.
Yeah.
I felt this way about The Big Hit. This movie.
Whoa. The Big Hit?
Yes.
Okay, so
the
we've
one
listed.
We just watched.
Yeah. Whoa, is that what we're doing today? Is the Big Hit?
Yes.
Holy
yes, I know
shit.
Those movies lined up next to The Big Hit. The Big Hit may not seem like it belongs, but I will tell you, other than Three Ninjas, I've probably watched this movie more than any other movie.
What? That's amazing.
I would come home from high school,
right?
98. So I was a sophomore-ish. Yeah, I would have been a sophomore. I would just come home, put it on, just watch it.
So you had the VHS copy?
DVD.
Okay,
this was around the time.
True. Okay.
I want to say it was I think it was 98. It must have been. I don't know. I don't remember when I first got my first DVD player. I remember the Christmas it happened, and I remember one of the first things I watched on it were the behind-the-scenes features on the Corruptor DVD. And so it must have been 99-ish. Anyway, I watched this movie all the time on DVD, and with my DVD player, I got 5 DVDs for free, including the movie Lost in Space with Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Stepmom.
Okay. I remember. That's the one. Is that the one? Oh, Stepmom is the one with Susan Sarandon, isn't it? That's. Yeah. Okay.
Susan Sarandon and Julia Roberts.
Right. Julia Roberts.
So And immediately, I knew the movies I wanted on DVD, and I just went hunting for them.
Okay.
And I went and found The Big Hit. Was one of the first movies I bought, and it's still my original copy that I bought is still in my collection to this day.
Were there any bonus features on it?
Not that I remember. I'm pretty sure it was. It may not have even been widescreen. Now that I think about it, I was still a rookie.
Right.
So this is, for the longest time, when people would ask me my favorite movies, not the movies I thought were the best films ever made, but like my favorite movies, this would be in my top 5 consistently.
I definitely see it as in my top 10. And going back and joking about those movies that you think about you could rewatch, I wouldn't like this movie if we would have told me 2 weeks ago before we started doing this episode and doing the research for it and everything. I mean, of course I know it and I've seen it, but it wouldn't have been one of those movies that I would immediately go back to and remember. The Big Hit would be one of those. But then after watching it, I realized that I was in the wrong and I should have had that in my group all along, because this is. It is the best guilty pleasure. It's one of the best guilty pleasure movies. It's got to be for me. I mean, definitely top 3.
It's insane.
Yeah.
The colors are jarring. The soundtrack is like this new wave techno mix. You got Mark Whalberg just ripped with an odd hair color. What hair color is that? It's not blonde.
It's like that. Yeah, it's like that copper wire. It always reminds me. Or after watching it, we have just started watching Modern Family, and it reminds me of Mitchell's hair color, and that's why I was like, oh, that's the same color as Mitchell from Modern Family, but it's not red. It's not blonde.
It's not.
Yeah.
If you have any ideas, hit us up. In fact, why don't we talk about that housekeeping real quick? Let us know what color Mark Wahlberg's hair is in The Big Hit. Maybe we're just not seeing it. Maybe you'll be like, it's blonde, idiots. And that's fair. But you can reach us on social media at Twitter and on Instagram at BB Karate Podcast. That's also our email, bbkaratepodcast@gmail.com. And where else are we, Marcus?
You can find us on Facebook at Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate. And always be sure, if you give a listen, it's your first time, please feel free to rate us. It helps us out. We are, this is our, 6th episode now going out?
Gosh.
That'll be going out.
Our first.
It does. Yeah, that's what everybody else thinks too, probably. But,
boom. Roast ourselves.
Yep. And but those ratings help. Review if you can. Leave a good review. Feel free to email us as well. We always love to interact right now while we're still growing, and just love mingling with the people who love what we love and shitty action movies and good action movies.
And we assure you, our list is extensive.
Very.
It will take a long time to get through our list. If you have some ideas, hit us up.
Please.
If we haven't done one yet, you want to make sure it's on the list. Our boy Ethan hit us up with an email with some suggestions.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were on. You know what? He did hit one that I don't think was on my list. That was Red Heat.
Oh, yeah.
I was more in the martial arts mindset when we were making our list.
And that was Eric who sent the info. Yeah. Ethan we did get another email from Ethan, but yeah.
Eric hit us up with the Red Heat, and that was one that it's a cop action movie. It's just a crime more based action movie, and I was thinking more martial arts stuff, but I loved that movie. Yeah,
Schwarzenegger and Belushi, you can't go wrong with a couple that.
Come on. There's nothing more borderline in 80s into 90s than a Belushi and Schwarzenegger tag team pick. So we're talking about The Big Hit today, and there is alcohol in this movie that we could have paired this with, but I don't want to drink rum and prune juice.
No, I thought about it, and then I was just, that wouldn't have been a good,
And technically, I don't want to drink the drink we have. But this movie, is jarring colors. It's a lot of things that are jammed together that maybe don't feel like they go together, but you're watching them happen, and they're somehow palatable at the same time. But then you're like, "Whoa, this isn't as good as I thought it was." So, what are we drinking with that in mind?
Well, we decided to go back to the 90s where it all started, besides Bartles and James, and we decided to go with Seagram's wine coolers.
Woo-hoo.
Now, of course, there are a variety of different flavors. You have, I have strawberry daiquiri. You are drinking which one again, Adam?
Calypso Colada.
Calypso. And these colors are neon piss, red and blue. I mean, it is.
I mean, think about the colors of the big hit, and we're not far off. There seems to be as if there was a filter over the lens. Did you ever see Twilight, Marcus?
No, never. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, but never.
That whole movie seems to be shot as if there was a blue lens over it. There's like this sort of earthy blue that sort of hues everything in the film.
Right.
This seems like the filter over the lens of this movie would be a bunch of different Seagram's Escapes. Calypso Colada was just poured over it, and then it stained it, and that's what this movie was shot through.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't agree more. I think, like, I was looking to see if they had, like, a really bright yellow, like a banana daiquiri, which would have really created the effect of every yellow, red, blue, all that stuff in
just
there.
All of it.
Yeah.
Well, let's pop the top on these. I haven't had a wine cooler
my God.
I can't think of the last time I had one.
I know that before we started and while we were doing the research for this, we had suggested Zima's.
Zima.
Which was what I was looking for. Unfortunately, what's funny is I went to Benny's, asked him about it. The guy said, back in 2018-19 they came out again. And I thought they were always out after that again. I thought they just came out, and he's like, well, they were a big hit when they came out because of the nostalgia. So they didn't put out that much, and they sold out fast. The next year, they doubled down, and then they couldn't even sell half of what they had put out distributed. So then they pulled that plug pretty quick. But let's
you're a collector,
pop the top.
and if you're a collector and got that first wave of Zimas, let us know.
That's hot. It's a hot market right now. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pop mine. Here we go.
Oh.
All
right.
I'm smelling, and what I'm smelling is Marcus and I are from Chicago for a long time, and you know when you walk down the streets, Marcus, and it's after like St. Patrick's Day, or it's after Pride Day, it's after a big parade, and you're walking down the street, and you don't smell it on the streets, but you walk by like a stoop or a walkway where it's like enclosed, where you can tell someone pulled off to puke or something.
Yep.
That's kind of what. That's kind of what this smell is like.
It does have. It's that smell of like Wrigleyville during that time, and whether it be any of those parades, and you can smell where a fight happened, where a romantic engagement happened.
Yes.
Somebody dropped it. All these things wrapped into one Wrigleyville burrito happened, and it's just that one smell. Same for me.
This smells like you were eating a burrito on a Cubs game night with your girlfriend, and then got a handy under the red line.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's try
Calypso Colada. Well, oof. I won't drink a lot of these, but I will say that's a lot more palatable than I thought it was going to be. At least mine is.
Yeah, mine is too. It tastes like something Willy Wonka would make. I mean, as far as sweetness goes, it's very, very sweet. You get the strawberry. I get no daiquiri. I just get all strawberry.
I get a lot of colada. I don't get much else than the colada.
Yeah.
A lot of the colada. So, thank you, Seagram's, for. Were they our sponsor for another one?
No, Seagram's has not been yet.
Okay, well, thank you, Seagram's, for joining us on our quest to pair the perfect drink with the perfect action movie, and I think we've accomplished it yet again. Yeah. Shout out to Seagram's Escape, Calypso Colada.
We're not knocking it. We're not aficionados of the wine cooler industry.
If you are a wine cooler aficionado and you know what the taste for, let us know. Maybe we're ignorant to the flavor profiles of Seagram's Escape.
Please. Before we get to it, Adam, I want to know, what was the first drink that you remember having that, or just getting drunk from, and where you can't go back to that drink maybe in your life?
I don't have a lot of those. The only drink I'm like that with is champagne. I'm pretty sure I had alcohol poisoning off of champagne. I was trying to do a bit where I got really drunk. So it was on purpose, and I just started shooting champagne flutes that were left over from this event. And it was, I slept next to the toilet, and I haven't done that much, But I did do it the night of champagne, and I was floored for like 2 days afterwards. And now I'll sip it for occasion, like cheers sort of thing. But otherwise, I'll take the sip, put it down, put it on the